I started my apprenticeship in 2005, and I completed that in 2006. So 16, 17 years ago. It was in the sale of residential estate agency, and obviously it could help me get the knowledge to start my career alongside on-the-job training as well. When I was at school, I'd done my work experience. I was quite lucky. I'd done my work experience with Griffin, and I really enjoyed the 3 weeks that I had with them. Gave me a real insight, and they then, off the back of that, offered me a Saturday role in various different offices along sort of the A13 corridor. That turned into a bit of a summer job in the 6 weeks holidays as well. And then I've obviously come to a bit of a crossroads, and we sat down, and they were very good. They sort of mapped out a route for me, which I discussed with my parents. And it was that or go to college, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do at college. And in truth, all I wanted to do was get into the world and start earning some money. And I saw that as the best route for me. I was lucky. My school at the time were in a bit of a transition, and they went into more of they were known as like a business college, and they were putting together a sixth form program at the time, and so they were heavily invested in IT, and so I'd done the core subjects, English, Maths, Science, and then sort of a real varied lot of subjects, photography, which obviously paid off a little bit when taking pictures of properties, and obviously in latter years, social media and all that kind of stuff. But geography, German, it was real varied. I don't think that I perhaps knew what path I was going to go when choosing them. So keeping it varied, I suppose, was a good thing, because it gave me sort of a plethora of availability in terms of routes where I could go. So when I started, I had a really supportive network in terms of my employers. I went to when I done the apprenticeship, it was in an office in Hadley, and it was for a franchise of Griffin. So it was a privately owned business, but they used the Griffin name. And so my daily tasks were being an office junior, so coming in, making teas and coffees, obviously, naturally, but organising viewings, registering applicants, asking the right questions, and the apprenticeship obviously guided me to what questions to ask, the standard contact information. Obviously, back in those days, we had to worry about data protection, but GDPR wasn't a thing then as well. So that's obviously come on at a latter stage. But registering applicants, liaising with, again, at the time, this shows my age a little bit, but the newspapers for advertisement of properties on a weekly basis, booking viewings, market appraisals, and the apprenticeship helped me know how to do that. And when I say that, it is asking the right questions and just extracting the right information in readiness for maybe a valuer to go in on a market appraisal. It gave them a bit of knowledge of who they were, what they were considering doing, were they moving locally or a bit further afield. All of that sort of information, if they could go in readiness with, it would be a lot more to help us gain the instruction for the business. From 2005, I worked with that franchise. I then worked in various different offices, right from sort of Shoeburyness all the way sort of to Basildon, Upminster, Elm Park area, in various different positions, and it's kind of allowed me to that basis of knowledge was expanded with them various different members of staff of varying experience, who obviously you absolutely learn on the way, and you pick up some good tips and some not so good tips from depending on who you're working with. But yeah, the knowledge that you gain, that basic knowledge that you gain from that apprenticeship is key. It's where you start from, and it's kind of led me to where I am now today. Yeah, I've worked alongside Karen at Crown and various different trainers there, Jane and Wendy, to do lots of different qualifications. I've done a level 3 estate agency. I've also done a level 3 in management as well, and I'm looking to start a level 4 qualification, which will take me to sort of the next level. So it's a different side of the table. I'm not so much forward client facing anymore, as opposed to sort of back office now, but that will involve managing a big team. I've got 26 members of staff just here in Grays, and varying different tasks. Obviously, we have a sales and lettings manager that will report to me. We have targets for those guys that will need to be set. Gathering figures on a monthly basis, in readiness for reporting them to the MD and reporting for wages, but also completely varied from that, going to, on the other side of things, going to court to obtain possession orders on behalf of our landlords, where perhaps their tenants have got into rental arrears, or whether a landlord wants a property back for personal use. It's serving the correct notice documentation, and going to court if necessary to obtain the possession orders. Absolutely. If you've got an interest in estate agency, you need to consider it. It gives you that bedrock of knowledge. There's probably people, in fact, I probably know there's people out there like me that, they're not sure where they want to go at that age. It gives a very good opportunity. Every day is different. Every scenario, someone's scenario is completely different, and it will give you the knowledge of how to deal with that, but in a professional manner that's expected of us. Obviously, we have standards to work to, so it's key.